Hi, it's me. It's Gabriel. It's Watcher DM. Uh, Sorry I didn't give you any notice that I was going to be streaming. I kind of have been running a little late this morning, like a chicken with my head cut off. And I only have like until noon Pacific before I've got people coming over to do. We're going to do some mini painting today, so I'm going to hang out with some friends of mine, and we're gonna paint some miniatures in meat space and paint terrain and stuff because we're nerds and that's the shit we love to do. Um, but I do have a bunch of work left to do on Stygian Weald. I did a bunch of work last night. I was kind of up pretty late, actually, toiling over it. But I've only got a couple of days left, and I've got a pretty busy weekend. So it's going to be tight, and so I want to try and get some of that time in today. Before I dive in, let me go ahead and check that the stream is working. It almost certainly is. It always is, usually. There we go. We made it. We're live. Um, the things I want to call your attention to today is, of course, I'm working on my entry for the Gloam one-page adventure jam. You should go check out Gloam. There is a link to the adventure jam. That's the top link in the description. And go check out some of the other entries. They're really, really fun. Gloam is a really cool game. I'm really excited to play it and do some adventure design for it. It's really, really cool. Also today released the NSR Sword and 2, issue 2, Space Wizards. This is a zine that I have my fingers all over. I did the cover art for it. I did, I think, the largest submission for it. So there's a big adventure in the back called Tomb of the Star Mother that I wrote, and got some amazing art from some of the incredible contributors from that community, from the NSR Cauldron. And I also did a bunch of layout and art and editing throughout the zine, along with everyone else who also did a bunch of incredible work and all that. And it's Space Wizards. There's just so many cool ideas in this zine. You really owe it to yourself to pick it up. And it's free. There's a link in the description. Unfortunately, I think Itch is having problems this morning, so your mileage may vary on getting there. But bookmark it. Go pick it up later. Really, really worth your time. Amazing stuff. Of course, CritCon is still going on until I think tomorrow. So tomorrow will be the last day of CritCon. Go support the CritCon guys. If you didn't get any games this year, go get ready for it for next year. They do it every year. It's a good opportunity to get online and play a bunch of games that you haven't played before. If you've been wanting to get an index card RPG, if you wanted to get into Easy D6, or if you wanted to get into Call of Cthulhu, I played all three of those this week. I also played Peasantry. Dope game. So dope. Check out Peasantry. I think I don't even know if it's kickstarted yet, but it's coming. It's coming and it's good. It's like really good. And then, okay, so CritCon out of the way. And subtle, I should put the Peasantry link in there too. Blood Prairie, it's out. Go get the player's guide. If you haven't checked out Blood Prairie yet, please check it out. We'd love to hear from you, what you think of it, what you think of the rules for it. The Game Master's Guide is coming soon. Longbear Valley Kickstarter, that is coming too. Go follow it. Go onto the Kickstarter, link and say, notify me. We need that support so that we can make sure that the book is going to land and get out to a lot of people when we really get the opportunity to make it amazing. Support me on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/watcherdm and we're good to go. Okay, enough shilling. Into the book. let's get the work done. So we're switching to art mode. This is let me catch you up on where I'm at because I kind of jumped around and did a bunch of stuff last night. So this is the current state of the document. First of all, I think I really, really love how the map for the dungeon came out. And of course now I need to redo the map for kind of the overworld. Also, there is kind of a notion in this document that like the Stygian Weald was designed as a hex crawl with 7 hexes, but Gloam doesn't have hexes. It doesn't have hex crawling procedures. It just doesn't have that kind of mode in it. So I want to work out how to kind of connect these 7 places together a little more organically and get some of this art a little zhuzhed up. But as you can see, I have redone the castle. So I redid the castle, I redid this, and I redid the I think it's called the Aestival Court, Seat of the Aestival Court art here. But I still need to redo these 4 pieces of art because they are too low res. The original for this was drawn for like an email, so I did not have a very high res. It's fine. It's largely going to be tracing, if I'm being totally honest. But I also kind of thinking about like, what does this look like if they're in little boxes, you know, where they kind of connect to each other or something, because that might work. And I think it would kind of match with how this kind of works. But yeah, so we're going to play around with some of those ideas. Of course, we have our for use with Gloam little trade dress thing down here that tells you what game system it is for. I did change the title, and Austin called me out for having for not sharing the byline. I originally had it just with him doing the writing, but actually it turns out a bunch of the writing in here is my writing that never got changed. I also moved kind of the hook and kind of setup stuff to up here, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe I don't have room for it. Yeah, that might be tricky. I kind of wanted to put like introduction, but I might not actually have the space to do that. In fact, I'm pretty certain I don't. And they're all fairly long, all the rooms. Okay, well, NBD. And then I actually have a piece of art that I did of the Dark Heart, kind of a diseased blackened heart. Hello! You're pretty cool, Haru Tofu. Thanks for coming. So this is where we're at. I got a bunch of work to do, so we're gonna dive right in. So this is, I just redid Foxtail Grove. The next one I need to redo, oh, and I really want to, is the Weeping Wood. I think this is what this is called. Although it was called something else originally. Oh, it was the Creeping Wood originally. That's right. Classic. No, you are! Okay, coffee is in. Let's do it. We're going to hide this. I'm going to Control-Shift-C. I'm going to make a new A5. And I'm going to paste it. See, that's how small it is compared to print. Oh, I like these drawings. Wow. I like these drawings too, actually. This, I think when I first did Stygian Weald, this was like one of the first times when I was like, oh man, these hit the note that I was trying to hit. They did the thing that I've often had a hard time feeling like my drawings are doing the thing that I want them to do, because I often want them to be much, I don't know, prettier, realistic, better. I don't know. Pick a feature, pick a word. You know how artists feel about their own stuff. But with these, I was like, they're exactly what I want them to be. I don't need them to be, these aren't photographs. These are very much kind of, it's wood block adjacent. And yeah, gotta give a shout out to the metric format. I watched a video the other day that was about like how the metric format ratio, right, the golden ratio, supports kind of infinite recursive expansion and diminution. And it was a ridiculous video, but it was quite fun to watch. Okay, the other thing I gotta do here, because I keep messing this up, I need to make sure that I'm using like black. The print black that this defaults to for CMYK is not amazing, and it is kind of hard to work with later. The drawing style, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I just did this yesterday. Like this is all fresh new art for this, and this is almost like, oh man, this is this is actually what I should have been doing the whole time. This feels very woodblock block print kind of style. And I think it vibes with the gloam. So we'll see if we can reach those heights again over here with our arboreal our tree folk man here. And fortunately, it's basically just tracing. I don't have to do a ton of thinking here. If you like my art though, and you want to check out a new piece of art that I did that just got released today, I'm not trying to chase you off from my video. Certainly don't want you to leave. But in the description, there's a link to the NSR Cauldron's Sword and Issue 2. And I did the cover for that in a flurry. I was kind of a furious, like... I was inspired. It was like, I just couldn't not do it. I had the image kind of stuck in my brain. And so I ended up painting it. And it is, to date, I think, my best piece of art that I've ever done. Like, it's definitely, yeah, it's my favorite. It's the thing that I've done that I'm, like, the most proud of so far. So I'm really stoked that it got released today. And also, the zine is really good. Like, I wrote one of the adventures, or the adventure in the back of the zine, Tomb of the Star Mother. Also in a fury. Yeah, please check them out. That'd be really cool. I appreciate it. It's free too. It's like totally just, you have no reason not to, other than, you know, you don't have time or you can't read, or I'm sure you could come up with reasons. Like, I'm not trying to be your dad. I'll tell you what to do. It's I think it's also free RPG day? Question mark. I think. So if you're getting out to doing any RPG stuff today, you should tell me what it is. I have some pretty cool RPG plans myself, in addition to furiously trying to finish a game jam submission. I learned a little trick for this last night that I'm going to show off here. It is free RPG day. We should free the RPGs and let them run in the streets. In fact, man, my whole weekend is like, this whole week has been like a just crazy RPG extravaganza Fiesta-ville. I want to do this every day. I want to do this every year. Let's make this the way things are now. The only thing I feel bad about yesterday is I was like, oh mom, we have Troika at Soloist Ventures Discord in about 2 hours. No! Oh man, I'm missing the Troika at Soloist Venture. Oh, I can't make that. Oh, bummer. Okay. I will set aside time for the next one. Oh, crazy. So my buddy Jesse. Oh, no. This is... Oh, never mind. That's the wrong Discord. Hold on. That's randomized rituals. Let me find Soloist Venture. Soloist Venture. Similar. I'm going to the Soloist Venture Discord. I'm looking. Where do I find it? Where do I find the schedule? Huh? I'll be honest, more than one channel and my brain starts to fog up and it gets the weird smudgy bits on the edges and I can't see things. Sure, let's play a game together? Troika, one shot. Oh, it's a one shot. Oh no, it looks awesome. Are you running this? Are you playing in this? Oh, it starts at 1 p.m. That's in 3 hours. I'm not going to have time. I played Troika last night. We actually finished Eye of the Aeons. I'm so stoked about it. Okay. You did play. You did play and you're playing more. Hold on. I feel like this one shot has grown. What is going on here? Did you at me? Wow. Man, you guys have been going ham bony. Okay. I didn't know this was like, okay. Well, now I feel like a dipshit. You're playing? Okay, who's running it? Is it Wingus? I know Wingus. I've seen Wingus's show. Moderator, Wingus. Okay. My dwarf. Oh man, we kicked so much ass in Troika last night. It was incredible. We finished the module with flying colors and saved the Cyclopeans, or the Cyclopses, I guess. Judge Cuppa is running it. He does this once in a while. Judge Cuppa. Okay. Okay. Okay, I will put it on my list of things to come and check out. I fucking adore Troika. I play it and run it all the time. This is your free RPG Day plans. Good call. Very good call. Oh man, that's awesome. What's your character? Do you already have a character made? Gotta try not to get distracted. Good luck. ADHD and D. Absolutely. Never any pressure. I don't know. I run a lot of games. Like, I am kind of... Oh, you'll be using a pre-made? Oh, cool, cool, cool. I don't know. I feel like Troika character creation is so fucking breezy. You would not be able to tell the difference between a pre-made and making a character. They're pretty fast to make. Although getting pinned with like a 4 skill and like low stamina does definitely suck. But whatever. But I run like a lot of games, and I kind of like, I don't know, my house is kind of like a place for people to like come and game. So I host a lot of games, and one of my policies with gaming, because we do so much of it, is like the stakes couldn't be lower. Like if you cannot make it for any reason, it is fine. The most that I ask is that, if you have the capacity to give me notice that you will not be attending, do that. But also, if you cannot do that, it does not matter. It's fine. So no pressure, right? Like that's kind of the epitome of no pressure. And I'll tell you, that attitude right there probably has more to do with my success in gaming than literally anything else. Because I remember when I was younger, I'd be like, I was kind of a dick about it. So I'd be like, you better show up or we'll dock your XP. I'll dock your pay, nerd. Weird shit like that. You know how people get feelings about that kind of stuff. And really, really glad that I kind of got my head out of my ass and grew up. Because games have been better ever since. And it feels like, people show up way more regularly. Of course, I also have a standing policy that, like, if you cannot make a game and we still have quorum, we are going to continue and play the game. So, you might miss a session, and that'll just have to be fine. Like, there's no... Can't expect everybody to stop because you couldn't make it. And yeah, I think with those features in place, yeah, people like it more when we're more chill. Exactly. Like, we just hang out and be friends throwing dice, man. Doesn't have to be a second job. Although, I feel like sometimes I'm working towards making it a second job anyway. I don't know. Creating publishing module stuff is kind of weird in that regard, because it is like, it's a lot of work. There's like a lot of moving parts to it that do not feel very game. I know. Yeah, exactly. Like it's like that weird effect, like where if you know, anytime you try and get people to commit to something, they suddenly get real cagey. But if you're just like kind of spontaneous and like, hey, you want to grab some coffee or something, you're way more likely to get a yes. It's so weird. You sure have the skills to make it a second job though. Well, yeah, okay. So I appreciate that. The skills are relatively new. I will say, like, when I first started, because I started doing D&D adventure modules like 5-6 years ago, when I moved up here to Vancouver, and I've been running D&D since I was like, 15, 14, I don't know, in my early teens, right? So I've been doing it for like 30 years plus. And I always was like, oh, it'd be cool to make something for it, but I didn't put in any effort or like know even where to start, and it's kind of a dipshit, so I just fucked off a lot. And then I kind of came back to it in 2016, I think. I was hanging out with these kids, and they're all like 10, 15 years my younger. And I think Critical Role had just kind of hit, or I had just become aware of it. They had obviously become aware of it. They're like, oh my god, this looks so cool. And I was like, oh yeah, they're playing D&D. And they were like, whoa, you know D&D? And I was like, yeah, I've run D&D for like 30 years. They were like, oh my god, will you run D&D for us? And I remember my reaction distinctly being like, no, I'll run Pathfinder. I ain't running D&D. No, I'm not doing any 4E stuff, because that's jank. I, at the time, did not realize that 5th edition had come out. So, because I wasn't that into it. I wasn't like researching it or anything. I wasn't super hard up for it. And I had run something for my roommates at the time that was just like, who's got books, so we grabbed some 3rd edition books, or 3.5 books, and I ran something for them because my buddy had his books, and I didn't have any. And then in 2016, like I said, I ran like a short campaign of like Pathfinder, and it was fine. And I remember I ran, it was like an adventure path for Strange Aeons, I think was what it was called. It was like this kind of Cthulhu style adventure, for a series of adventures for Pathfinder. And it was fine. It was pretty fun. But then, that kind of got the wheels turning. And another buddy of mine who also GM'd, that I did not know GM'd, was like, oh yeah, I'll run D&D for you guys. I was like, oh great, I'd love to play, because I don't want to just be, forever GMing again. And he ran 5e for us. And he ran it with miniatures, which my whole life, as when I was a kid, I saw the Rel Partha minis. I was like, oh my god, it was so cool to get Rel Partha minis someday and like have all this cool shit. And I had I remember having like the catalog of books that you could buy, and I had them like all planned out. If I ever made $1 million, so I was gonna spend it on D&D shit. And that never happened. But this guy like ran D&D for us, 5th edition with minis and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, this is fucking awesome. They actually fixed D&D. So I ran, oh nice, 12 luck, incredible. But you got the 4 skill, so you're gonna know my pain. The 4 skill sucks. It sucks so much dick. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I mean, at least the range for skill is like, it's either 4, 5, or 6. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But you really feel it when you're going up against, like, we were fighting Cyclopses and shit. So they're like skill 9 creatures. So everything they do is just insane. Sorry, I'm like literally in the other channel watching you get your character. 2D girl living in a 3D world, though. That seems pretty cool. What's your special? I want to see this. You are, in fact, 3D now, but you are vulnerable to any kind of solvents. They burn like acid. You are incredibly hard to kill otherwise, and therefore count as heavily armored. Whoa! This is broken. What is this from? The compendium. Oh, is this from the... This is from the community compendium, right? That's so cool. Oh my god, hold on. My nose has been a piece of shit today. So I'm like... I'm gonna have to sneeze and blow my nose. Almost for sure. Many, many times. Fan service outfit. Assorted booby traps. Classic. Microphone with stand. Makeup kit. 2d6 silver pence. Yeah, the classic stuff. 3 in screaming. 3 in singing. 3 in patty cake. 2 in beautician. And 2 in trapping. That's great. 0 HP unless from solvent. Do not need to use a backpack to carry gear. Your cleavage is an extra dimensional space. Very cool. Same inventory rules apply. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Yeah, so 12 luck is the max you can have. It's D6 plus 6 luck is your starting luck. And the way that luck works, sorry, hold on a second. I'm gonna blow my nose. Blah 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 blah. Okay, I did it. So the way that luck works is you'll be asked to test your luck when something could hit you. Like, so basically like, oh, you know, it's a trap or something, and test your luck or this will happen. Now, it's worth noting, you can always choose not to test your luck and just deal with the repercussions. If you kind of like the effect, if you want it to be kind of fun or whatever, you can do that. That's an option. But if you do choose to test your luck, you're going to roll 2d6 and you're trying to roll under your luck score. Anytime you do that, your current luck score goes down by 1. Thank you. And so like you'll be running out of luck as you're kind of using it. And then the other thing luck is for, and almost nobody reads this rule, so you're going to be super powered for knowing this. If you hit with an attack, you can test your luck to do +2 on your damage roll. Troika's damage works very differently from most systems in that all weapons have an array of results. And so when I say +2 to your damage roll, I don't mean +2 to your damage. I mean the actual place on the array. So the way that like your armor works, for instance, I think in your case, you're treated as heavily armored, or is it moderately armored? Yeah, you count as heavily armored. So basically what that means is you have 3 armor. Oh, thank you. That's the best promotion I've gotten all day. You'll have 3 armor. And so if somebody hits you with something, they're going to roll a d6 to see where on that array they do damage from. But whatever they roll, they're going to subtract 3 from it. And so they can't roll basically higher than 3 on their array of damage because of your armor. Now, some, like a few seal, I think, ignores 1 point of armor. There are other things that can just completely ignore armor, like bypass armor or effect armor. So, like, there's rules around all that stuff. But being able to boost that +2 means that you, against an unarmored opponent, can do max damage, which there is a kind of 7+ column. And then, yeah, it's really, really good. So use that trick. Because you have 12 luck, you're really going to be able to, like, swing for the fences, as it were. I highly recommend. Everybody always forgets that rule, like, when I'm playing. And so I'm always reminding people, don't forget to test your luck to do extra damage. And that was a big part of our success last night, actually, was us doing that. Hello, little tree. Let's get some little leaves up in here. Boop. Boop. It's true. I would love to. I'll keep an eye out for sure in this channel, though, to see if I can come join the next time you guys play, because I do not turn down opportunities to play Troika. That's just not who I am. Oh, I haven't even saved this yet. That's how distracted I am. Okay, but I think it's called Weeping Wood. Yeah, happy to talk about Troika anytime. We've made, I think, 3 Troika adventures, and we've submitted stuff to most of the Troika like community events and stuff. So yeah, like if you ever find our stuff in the wild, yeah, tell me what you think. Like, it's pretty good stuff. My buddy Ryan Dawson, his Gravy Boat games, he makes the Gather Your Party game and the Cavern Shuffle game. But he plays in our creator group on Wednesdays. So he comes over and like we play in that group. We tend to play like play tests of different things and stuff. And he had never played Troika before, but we were doing a play test of Austin's Mega Midden, which is coming out, I think, next year. From Melsonian Arts Council. But he played Mega Midden with us, and he was like, "Man, this system slaps." And so he immediately put together like a kind of Left 4 Dead style game using Troika as a chassis, because as a chassis, it's just kind of like, it's a really great it's a really great system for tacking on whatever your theme, whatever theme you want it to be. Because like there aren't classes and races and stuff. It's just like, yeah, you have a background and that has like a single special ability usually, plus a bunch of advanced skills, which again, not defined usually in the book. So if you're like, I've got lemon punching 3, then you and your DM get to figure out when that applies. Like, I use my lemon punching to punch this busted ass car, and your GM's like, yep, it's a lemon. You can kind of get pretty freaky with it. So yeah, it's a fun game for that. Works really, really well. Shout out to Daniel Sell for making a pretty cool game. And really the whole Melsonia team. They are, I think, very kindred to me. Like, I feel like they get they get my humor. You know what I mean? Like, some creators, you like read their stuff and you're just like, oh yeah, this was written for me, for people like me. And that's very much them. Their art too, I think, really jives with my sensibilities. Oh, too spludgy. Less spludge, please. Still too spludgy. There we go. Less spludgy. I don't like that tree. We're not putting that tree in. It's getting left out. I also, I don't know what this is, and I don't like it, so we're not putting it in. I think we'll be all right to do that. Something like that. And nope. That no worky. Yeah, I don't love that either, but let's hide this and see where we're at. Yeah, that's probably fine. I don't even know what I'm doing down there. What am I doing down there? I don't need that. Okay. So now it's time for the magic trick, which is that I want all these cool little skidgy lines in here. And so I have my eraser tool set to like a really thin output. And I can hide the layer that I'm drawing on, but still draw on it. Which means I'm able to erase and basically just trace over my erase lines without needing to see where I'm going. Oops. That felt bad. Let's take a look. Okay, cool. I think we're good. Oh no, the devil is in the details now. That's really convenient. Digital art is so interesting. Yeah. Honestly, most art that I do is physical. Like I use paper and pencil like a lot. So it's always weird to me to like learn new digital techniques that I'm like, yeah, there's no way I could do this in the real in Meat Space, you know? I could not accomplish the same effect. But I definitely like the feel of physical better. Like, it is much easier for me to get past my blank canvas phase in physical space. Oh, show me. Okay. Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't know how far I went down on this, so alright, seems fine. Too much black if you do it analog. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, it's been one of the big problems of my physical art is that I tend to be pretty conservative with like blocking stuff in. I did the most recent. Yeah, here we go. So the most recent, they do like Shadow Dark, like Drawtober, is a thing. I'm actually going to switch out to just head cam. So I can show you some stuff that I did during Drawtober. So this is from Drawtober. Actually, man, my Shadow Dark Drawtober was so much fun last year, and I'm really, really looking forward to this October because I'm going to do it again. But I came up with this character. So I've had problems with doing Inktober's and Drawtober challenges because coming up with themes, like they give you the theme, but like how do you make a drawing out of that is really, really challenging. And so, but I came up with a character. Actually, do I have the original? The first version of this character is in here somewhere. His name is Arthur Chuffbeck. And I actually rolled him up in Knave. Like he was a Knave 2nd edition character. Your Drawtober stuff was so good, right? Honestly, it's my claim to fame, I think. If I ever become famous. But like, yeah, so it all started with Chuffbeck and this like little torch. You know, he's a little nerd. Which actually you can get most of the art for this from the Beacon class that I did for Shadow Dark. So if you played Shadow Dark, you should check it out. But just focusing on becoming good at drawing one character and then putting him in situations where it made sense. Like stepping on caltrops. Yeah, this is the final caltrop drawing that I did. But you can see, like, I was like, how do I make this guy fucking deal with caltrops? Like, I really, really like this one here where he's kind of like, you know, the camera's from the top. And he's kind of like, shit, grabbing his foot. Oh, that was really fun. But you can tell most of these are kind of just standalone. You know, it's like a character in a white void, basically. And this one and some of the other ones are like the first time where I really was kind of going hard in the shadows. I love this Memnon. It's really good. Thank you. I wish I could say that it was talent. I was talented when I was young, but it's taken a lot of work to get any better. And I think that's the lesson here. Oh, also Sexy Chuffbeck, the gladiator. He's a hottie. But then I started getting kind of weird. Like I thought this one worked really well because you kind of get this like black void pit that works. And like interesting camera angles, like from top down and stuff, I think are really, really good. So not all of them landed. You know, this one was kind of interesting because like he takes off his helmet, puts on a mask, and he becomes a little, you know, thief Chuffbeck. And then I think this one is probably one of the ones I get the most. People really liked how this worked. So you get that depth, and there's a lot of shadow, but it's not like all blacked out. Oh, and then this one. So this one is actually going to make an appearance in Call of the Black Star. So I was fortunate enough to do the editing for Pat Tato and the guys over at Goblin Tower Games for that. And while I was doing the editing, I was like, you know, I've got a couple pieces that would probably work for this. And they were like, yeah, that'd be great. So I ended up doing that. But blacking out a whole page like this it's terrifying. It's fucking scary, man. Actually, I'm going to say, like, all that stuff aside, I think this is, like, some of my favorite stuff. Where it's just, like, do a page full of, you know, what is that, 20 faces? And this was all just an exploration for a character. So I was, like, trying to figure out who this character was going to be for, like, I think, like, a solo game. So this is my character from Weald, who's an ostrich person. Oh, this is also going to be in Call of the Black Star. This is the other critter. It's going to be in Call of the Black Star. Also, gosh, this is terrifying over here. I should do something with that. That guy looks creepy as fuck. Anyway, This book, this is 2025. So this is the summer 2025. So this is literally like a year ago. Is that 7/16? So from 7/16 to December was this one sketchbook. And these are the other sketchbooks of this type starting in 2024. Right. So you can see like it goes from July 2024 through the beginning of 2025 into the middle of 2025. So about every 6 months, I'll fill up one of these Peter Popper Press books. And if I show you the old one, if I show you the 2024 one, you're going to be like, oh, you weren't that talented. Because they're not very good. They're only okay. Like, I've gotten better because I've kind of really gotten into practicing daily. Although, I was doing some pretty interesting things back here, I think, with color and stuff. But I've always loved drawing faces. So, this is what my bedroom looks like. It's got a washer and dryer stackable in it. This is me trying to, like, practice doing, like, studying, you know, drawing from reference. Because, honestly, for most of my life, I didn't draw from reference. I thought that was cheating. I was wrong. Or, even if I wasn't wrong, you should cheat. I like this little guy, too. Little fortune teller. Oh, this one also, I was talking about this the other day, but I just love this, actually. So this is a painting. So this is a sketch done, I think, in watercolor. Maybe not. Maybe I did this with marker. But, like, my sister had been to this place in, I think, Italy. And she took a picture of it. And so I got the picture, and I was going to do a watercolor painting for her birthday. And so, but I'd never done it before. So I was like, well, let me draw it and see if I can figure out what I want to do with it. And that was the first time I'd ever done that for a painting, was to, like, sit around and kind of think about it, try it a few times. And it worked. You know, I was really, really stoked with how that came out. But, like, here's the Inktober from 2024 backpack. I think this was from reference. So I was, like, trying to use reference to kind of get through. But, like, you know, sunflowers, man, that's tough. Weird little guy on a donkey. Snakes. And then I was like, oh, and then I found Drawtober. And I was like, sting that. Disgusting. I love it. But after a while, I just kind of, like, stopped. Like, I didn't, like, give up, but I felt like it was just bad, you know? They just started getting worse and worse, and then the drawings got less and less good, like, less and less complete, until finally, I don't even think I actually finished it, or if I did, it was like, I pretty much half-assed it. Yeah, I totally half-assed it. So, that's when I was like, next year I gotta figure out a strat. And my strat was make a character, stuff him in there. Oh man, this is actually really cool. So, this is right at the end of October in 2024. We were doing the Knave 2nd edition Adventure Jam. And so these are some of the early drawings of the 7 sealed spirits that we did. So it was just kind of doodling some ideas for what the 7 sealed spirits would be from that module. So we got some pretty weird little freaks. They're so fun. It has, like, kind of a map. I was trying to figure out the map design. And then here's that is like a spider with a guy on his butt. Like a little guy's face on his butt. Silk Tongue, I think the god's name, the spirit's name is. Oh, and then these are the Storm Bloom, I think is what it's called. It's a god that's like a rose with angel wings. Pretty fun stuff. Oh, and how bad that spider looked? This is what happens. You go, like, my spiders look dumb. Now I gotta figure out how fucking spiders work. So you sit around and figure out and draw spiders. So it's pretty cool. Here's ideas for bookmark dungeons. I have a bunch of little ideas for bookmark dungeons. Here's one of them that I actually turned into a bookmark dungeon. So if you go look, Don't Wake the Worm, I think, is a bookmark you can get for free on my itch. And it's got a dungeon with a little timer on it. It's really fun. All right. Nobody asked. Put them all away. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Switching back to art mode. Let's get back to work. Let's get this guy done. Okay. So I think I just need to finish up the tree texture here. Let's knock this out. Oh, you know what I need is music. Probably why I'm so chatty, is I don't have some 8-bit NES slapping in my drums. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Okay. This one looks a little janky. I think I'm actually just gonna do that, kind of redraw. Yeah, in fact, this one might also just be fine to go whole cloth again here. Yeah, that's fine. That. Okay. Okay, let's save this. That looks great. And then what we're do here is I make this transparent. Save it. Come in here. And I file place. And it's Weeping Wood. And then we place this guy here. And now he's bigger and he's kind of isolated. And then I can come over to, I guess, save that. Come over to Stygian Weald, which this is the original drawing, and I can just hide this one and turn the rest of these back on. Which I think includes Fairy Fireglade and Bridget Lake. Which Bridget Lake actually exists on 2 layers, so I'm going to have to sort that out later. And then this one gets updated. Cool. So now the little janky one is out of the picture, and I've got this one here. Now, one thing I was kind of kicking around, because I don't know. Yeah, I actually don't know how I want to do kind of the structure of this area, because I want it to be a little more, feel a little more woodblock, if that makes any sense. So one of the tricks you can do in Affinity Publisher 2, I don't know if this is true in the new Affinity Publisher, or the new Affinity, but in Affinity Publisher 2, you can just go into drawing persona, like photo persona, and it will let you like draw new layers and stuff. And so I think what I want to try is, can I just paint, okay, are you the blackest black, or are you the shitty black? Okay, you're the good black. You're the blackest black. So I was thinking about maybe like, what's going on here? Nib 2. Okay, never mind. That's no bueno. So maybe what I'll have to do, so this is probably too complicated. It's got too many layers of things going on. So, and it's kind of slowing down my computer when I try and do it. So maybe I'll make a new, just straight up. In fact, let me make it A4. So I kind of want these to all be really nice and large. And then I'll place Castle Weald card, Aestival Court, Foxtail Grove, and the Weeping Wood open. Cool. Yeah, so this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So now I've got these, and I can just make a new layer here. And if I move this up here, oh wait, yeah, so this guy goes here, this guy goes up here, this guy comes over here, and this guy comes up here. I go to my new layer, I'm gonna draw, and we got black, black. And then I want to try maybe even thicker than that. We're at 47. We're going to go to 81. And we're just going to draw what it might look like to have a little boundary around it. This is like where I can put the number. I'll just put the numeral there. And then we'll do another one here. Oh. Too jank. It's actually okay if it kind of overlaps the art a little bit because it's actually not, it's on a separate layer. So if I have to, I can kind of clean it up. I guess, I don't know if this is, okay. Well, I don't hate it. And then I can just do interesting. Okay. So treat that like that's maybe fine. I wonder if maybe the answer to my problem here is to make this smaller. It's like, if I can make these have slightly different proportions. So like, let's just say that there's a box here that contains, like the fairy kingdom is, gonna be small, right? Like spatially. So if I make that a little bit smaller, oops, make you just a little bit smaller. And then this guy can find his way there. Greetings, Technobabble. Thanks for coming out, my dude. Trying to lose the hexagon. The hexagon's here because I need kind of a rectangular format for this piece of art, for this map art. And while I'm at it, I am increasing the resolution of my map art. So let's do Stygian Weald Rect. Get wrecked, nerd. Actually, I wonder if this one should be smaller as well. Maybe it doesn't matter. It probably doesn't matter. I'll just give each one their own box, and then I can muck with it later and try and get it right. How was your free RPG day today, Technobabble? You got any good plans? Throwing some dice? Ooh. Okay, cool. I don't know if Itch is back up, but if it is, you should go check out the new NSR Sword and Zine that just came out. I did the cover for it, and it's awesome. Like, the whole zine is really awesome. Itch was having problems earlier today, so if they're still goofy, they're goofy. I also wrote a module, and I wrote an adventure for it that's in the back. Okay, it says it's been quarantined, but that's just because they made a new account so that we could have all the issues of NSR Zine in one place. But here, I'm gonna pull it up. Boom! Look at that! Look at that juicy juicerson. So good. I wanted to check real quick too, because I feel like it's a 28-page zine for free. For free. It's pretty sweet. Who's poking me? Yep, planning to be there from 12 to 2. Okay, cool. My mini painters are coming. Table of contents. So yeah, moonlighting, simple starter kits for magic users who are out of this world. I love these. They're great. The art is so good. I think the art for this was moonlighting. Yeah, Noble Knoll did the art and layout for it. Just incredible. And then Alternatives to Spellbooks. It was written by Katie B. With art from Cole Smith and Josh B. And I did the editing and layout for it. And I think it's pretty awesome. Definitely pretty usable. And then Space Wizard Familiars has a D6 table written by Troy R. And I did the illustration and layout for this as well. It's a lot of fun. I did this illustration here. Ye Old Revivalist wrote an engram scanner kind of short story fiction piece. It's really good. And then I did the editing for Stellar Lichdom. And I did this piece of art for it as well. But I think the layout is fucking stunning. This was Noble Knoll's layout as well, so it's really cool. Mage Stoppers is, I think, art from Josh B, Troy Renoir, Renoir? I don't know. And then Tim B did the layout, or the editing, I think. And then this, I think, is the Space Station Nos Eternal by Tofu Revolution. So good. It's so juicy. And yeah, I think he did all this stuff. He just did like the layout and editing. It like came basically as is. Like he brought it to us complete with all this art and stuff. And then Tomb of the Star Mother. This is my writing, which I'm very, very proud of. With editing from Caddy B, who did one of the pieces earlier, and art and layout from Tofu Revolution, which I just love. This map is so good. So good. All this art. Ugh. And yeah, it's like, I don't know, 6 pages, I think. Like 1,800 word adventure module. It is kind of funny though. I think there is no art credit for the cover. Just really weird. To have credits for, I think, everything else. I don't think they put the art credits for the front or the back cover. Whatever. Like the links are all in there, so it's fine. People will find me. I don't know how, but they found me. Oh, let's see. Where am I at? Boop. Too busy during V today, but DMing a live stream tonight. What are you DMing? What's your sauce? Yeah, I'm actually not gonna. Right, because this needs, I think, to be a little smaller. Actually, I'm just gonna group these up and maybe make this whole guy a little smaller. I wonder. Gosh. Oops. Nope. Nope. Oh my god. My nose. I'll be right back. Whew. Man. My allergies are just kicking my ass today. Where was I? On that, on this. Let's do this little line here. You know, I wonder if maybe there's a world where I grab this guy here. Oh. And I cut it out and I paste it. And we D. And then maybe I delete this. My zombie rain setting for Shadow Dark. Modern day zombie apocalypse. Kickstarter ended April. Ooh. Dude. Let me check it out. Zombie rain Shadow Dark. My buddy Ryan probably would really dig this. Okay. Let me see. Modern day zombie apocalypse for Shadow Dark. Zombie ran by Angry Engine Games. Man, you guys killed it. 143 backers. Oh, late pledges are still available. Well, that's cool. All-in-one digital. All-in-one print and PDF. So you guys are shipping in September? All right. Let's do the thing. I understand. But the guy's in my chat. He can't get away now. He has no clue. He's definitely going to deliver. Just you. So it's just you doing this whole book? That's crazy. So you published that. How did you do that by yourself? Core rules PDF probably in the next 3 weeks. Okay. Like, sorry, I'm just going to check out your stats here. So you've backed 8 projects. Follow. And you created one. Man, we should talk. I'd love to learn about like how you hit that success on your first Kickstarter. What your process was for creating stuff. And what like got you from, cuz I mean, according to this, you said you've never done a game jam before. Art by Rob McNeil, core rules PDF probably in 3 weeks. Okay. Did you do how did you do marketing? How did you do advertising? What did you do there? Oh shit. Didn't mean to. What's going on? Stop closing things. No, do close that though, actually. It's really good. Looks really, really good. Not that. Here we go. A lot of time and work. I'll send you what's done. Well, I just backed it, so I'll get it when it comes out with everyone else. It's all good. I backed it the physical all-in tiers, so send me your cool shit when you can. And if I get a chance to use it and run it, I'll do a flip through and review. It kind of takes me a little time to get those out sometimes because I have to like run the game or do the thing, but happy to help out, buddy. I was going to delete this here. Right. This one. That. Live streams, interviews, meta ads, Kickstarter. Okay. So that answers some questions like that I think. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Dang it. This is why you can't do this stuff the way I just did it. Yeah, you gotta focus. Otherwise you draw on the wrong layer. And then you're expecting things to be in one place and they're not. Oops. I'm always interested to learn because like I've done a few Kickstarters now. I've done like I think 6. And I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just like kicking the tires on a lot of stuff, I think most of the time. But I refuse to use meta. Like, I don't support fascists. They can go eat a bag of dicks, die in a fire, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't use Meta. I don't use X. I'm over it. And so, but it's kind of like, I mean, Google Ads ain't doing it. You know what I mean? Like, there just doesn't really seem to be like an avenue for advertising that isn't through Facebook or Instagram. And that's just such a weird world to live in, you know? Live stream sounds like a good... Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out. Sugar. Oh, cool. Damn. Okay, this is the current. Nice. Download it. Hopefully it doesn't fuck my... How big is it, actually? I should check. It'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? My buddy Ryan loves Walking Dead and like zombie apocalypse stuff. Like I said earlier, he just did a... Okay, it's not that big. It's like 34 megs. It's good compression. He just did a zombie apocalypse hack of Troika so we could play a zombie apocalypse game using that system, which is a pretty ideal system for that sort of thing. But that's interesting. I'm interested to see how you used Shadow Dark to achieve. Let me see here. So you wrote this whole thing. Do you have an editor? Did you have anybody editing? Etheria. No. It's, honestly, it's not my business. But I'm, again, as somebody who's always making stuff, I am always super interested in how other people make stuff. What happened to my browser? Is it you? No, it's not you. It's not you. It's you. I found it. Meta did nothing for the money spent. That's okay. Won't do it again. Got it. Made mechanics give it the feel of the end of the world. Nope. Me. Have a proofreader. Okay. Damn. Alright. Wild, man. You fucking cowboying that shit. Yeah. I look forward to reading it. I will check it out. Are you soliciting any feedback? Are you looking for any feedback? Or are you just like, it's pretty much done? I mean, it seems like it's pretty much done, right? If you got a few weeks left to ship. Just clean up here. What was your path to making this? Like, did you do you have a background in like publishing, writing, layout, art? It says you did some of the art for it. Yeah, no, it's 98% done. Sure, yeah, I mean, basically the question is like, do you want me to send you an email with like every stupid little thing I've found while reading it? Or not? Because I won't if you don't care. Like, if you don't actually want it, I won't do it. It's fine. I tend to read things with editor hat on, kind of, even when I don't want to. which is not to say, like, you know, most things are great. Editor hat just means, like, if I read something and I'm like, oh, that's an interesting way to approach that, or like, oh, that doesn't, you know, match with how Shadowdark does this in general, like, I'll say it, and then, you know, you can ignore it. Sorry, man. I was really hoping my Claritin would kick in by now. So, probably a no. If you're 98% done, you don't want to have somebody being like, oh, hey, this is maybe weird. Let's see. All right, cool. That's all good. And man, I spent way too long on that, and I did not. Okay, it's 11:16. I've got about 30 minutes left. No background, just passion to make. No need to nitpick. If you see a big B issue, just feel to point it out. Yeah, sure. Cool. That is crazy that you were able to do that with no background in publishing or writing. That's pretty wild. And congratulations. I feel that. Honestly, same hat, right? Like, learning, always trying to learn how to get better at drawing. All right, so we're going new. This is the Merc Hollow, I think is what it's called. A5, paste it. Oh, oops. Go out to here, and out to here. Center you. Can we get centered? That's center there. Center there. Okay. Go down to 50%. Okay. Oh my God. Whew. Oops. Been GMing since the 80s. Same hat. So yes, I've written stuff, but never published before. Also, yeah, okay. Also have like 10 other little supplements on Drive-Thru RPG. Okay, cool. So you built up. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. So if I go search for like Angry Engine games on Drive-Thru, I'm gonna find all your other stuff. Drive-Thru RPG. Angry Engine. There we go. Angry Engine games. A Shadowdark bundle. Cool. Carousing options. Romance. My man. Damn, son. That's lit. That's hella lit. Alright. That's sick. I don't know, for posterity, if y'all see this, go check out Angry Engine Games. His engine is angry. Boom. Go get it. You know, that's actually absolutely the right thing to do, right? Is just practice. Like, that's kind of, I've been practicing since I started. Like, that's kind of the whole move. Practice, practice, practice. I think we're good. Oops. Yeah, I need to play more Shadow Dark, man. But I guess I'm gonna get to. I'm kicking off a West Marches campaign. Originally, I was planning on just using my own homebrew stuff that I made for my Patreon, but I think I'm gonna mix it with the new stuff from the Western Reaches Kickstarter, just because there's kind of a lot of content there. Be a fool not to grab. Of course, the thing I made for my patrons is like it's a hex crawl where I took like all of the OSE modules that I have and like kind of distributed them around on this big ass hex map. It's not even that big, actually. Big enough. Bigger than a baby's arm. This is fine. How long did you pre-launch for before you went live with your thing? Had to learn Affinity, DTRPG selling, yeah, Kickstarter, website design, start a business, bank account, make promotional stuff like business cards and custom t-shirts. I ran sessions of it at GaryCon. Yeah, GaryCon. Yep. The only reason I wish I could go to the United States is to go to all the amazing conventions. Also, right now, fuck the United States. Sorry, guys. Hope shit gets better soon. Holy crap. What a dumpster fire. I hope the cons are great, though. Like, man, I wish I was at between two cons this weekend. That'd be super sick. Shout out to all my boys out there. Especially you, Tom Legier. Hope you guys are having an amazing time. I'm sure you are. That's super interesting. You got like custom t-shirts and stuff. I kind of went through a lot of that stuff early in the Watcher DM setup, like, and did not really amount to very much. But maybe it's time to bring them back. I don't know. Bring back the shirts. I I did get some custom dice made, though. Those are pretty sick. Only Crits is my dice partner up here. They're really cool guys. And they'll work with you to help make some dice. I think they did the dice for, what's his name? Kobold, right? The Pack Tactics. The Pack Tactics YouTube channel. Kobold and Gator. Having custom dice is pretty sweet. And I got a whole bunch of them, so next time I do a Kickstarter, they're definitely going to be the early backer rewards or whatever. Yeah. I kind of hate this little bramble here. Pre-launch about a month. Moved launch up when Zine Quest started. Ran the Kickstarter for about 45 days. Wanted it to end after Gen Con, so it'd be open for people there. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, lining it up with your convention schedule is really, really good idea. Well, that's cool, dude. Congratulations again. That sounds like an awesome project. And I very much look forward to playing it. And to getting my dope swag, because I backed it now. So it's pretty cool that you did like a super late late pledges too. I don't even know what these shapes are. What are we doing back here? Woo. All right. Let's throw some leaves in here. I need to record some videos for my YouTube channel. I don't know if I'm gonna have time today. I was talking to Austin yesterday, and we need to get like a adventure guide put together for Privatized Little Hell. I feel like maybe this can just be blacked in. A little blacked in bush back here. I blacked the bush. Let's see if that actually looks right. Nah. That's fine. Okay, I just need to do these little needly bits. Needly bits. What? I want to start doing more videos. Yeah, do you have a... I guess I'm an idiot for not looking. You must have a YouTube channel? Let me go to your channel. See what you get. Oh, okay. You have not made any videos. That makes sense. Yeah, you know, for this kind of work, I definitely recommend it. Oh, dude, your your Kickstarter put me over the super backer tier. Congratulations. I guess maybe congratulations to me. It's definitely like, I feel like YouTube is one of those things where, so I first started in YouTube in like 2004 or whatever, like when it first kind of, even before it got bought by Google, a friend of mine like knew about it and was like, oh, let's get an account, we can put videos up. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, I don't care. So we would get together and he would go do backflips off of shit. Like, and I would record him doing backflips off of shit. And that was like he was the first YouTube channel that did backflips off of stuff. And I was the camera guy. Because you can't film yourself if you're doing backflips. That was a billion years ago. And then I think in like 2007, 2008 or whatever, I had a YouTube channel that had about 1,000 subscribers, and it was about political shit because I was living in the US at the time, and that's kind of what you do there, I guess. And it was fine, but it was pretty much just talking head stuff. I didn't really like, I didn't put much effort into it at all. Now it feels like content creation is kind of its own monster. Oh, Angry Engine Games. Okay, so if you go to the Angry Engine Games channel, let me look at that. Angry Engine Games. That's interesting that you have it separate. I guess that makes a lot of sense. I literally, I think when I watch stuff or comment and when I go chat, I just do it on my Watcher DM account because it's kind of what I do. Oh, I'm already subscribed. So, Shadowdark 365 introduction. What is this? Is this like a year of Shadowdark? The Temple of Ingruk. Huh. That seems really cool, man. I'll check out all your videos. You should definitely make more videos. These look great. Oh, it looks like, okay, you're playing... Is this like solo? Sorry, I can't look at both things at once. You're probably answering. Hate politics now. Too decisive. Yeah, there's not really... Yeah, not a lot of room for nuance, unfortunately. I was trying to start a series, but it took too much time. Yeah, so that's it. That's exactly it, right? Like, if you're going to do YouTube, you kind of need to, like... know what you're getting into and be okay with it and like scope it to what you actually feel comfortable doing. And a lot of that I think comes down to like incentives. Like I've been running this YouTube channel for like 5 years or whatever, but I've always just been like, yeah, whatever, like I don't really care. I'm not doing this to monetize my fucking stupid YouTube channel. Like it's not about that. And so because of that, I have like just not made like just a bunch of decisions that I've made that like do kind of nothing for my channel growth or any of that stuff. It just doesn't. Oh fuck, I didn't do I have to do this part first. Sorry. I'm screwing up here. I really kind of started getting more serious about it like when we started publishing more stuff more frequently. I was like, oh, I'll make, videos for my this needs to be smaller, way smaller. Okay, cool, I think we're good. Let's try it. Yeah, that's fine. I wanted to make adventure guides for all the adventures that we had made, so I did that, and that was fine. And then I was watching, because I like watch all the, I think we all probably watch all the talking heads doing like RPG reviews and stuff, like Ben Milton and Questing Beast, and like, I almost said SpongeBob World Builder, but you know what I mean. Bob World Builder, Professor DM, like all those cats. And I got not like frustrated, but I was like, man, like I feel like everybody just, reads the adventure module and then is like, yeah, this is what I think about it. And I was like, why doesn't anybody, play the thing? So I'm actually way more interested in finding out how the thing plays at the table. Do one video a day. Man, that takes a lot of effort. Yeah. I've got some daily practices down that are working okay for certain things. So I'm on my Patreon. Okay, let me actually save this now. This is the Merc Hollow. On my Patreon, I do I like record like an audio journal every day. Basically at the end of the day, just talking about what I did that day and like whatever noodly stuff. It's pretty impromptu. It's very unscripted. This is really, really simple. And so I post that every day as kind of a means of getting myself actively doing that sort of thing every day. But I'm also like, I'm drawing every day. Oh shit, that didn't mean to close that. Can I reopen that? I'm drawing every day. I'm doing, yes, the rect one. I'm doing 100 words of writing every day. So I have a bunch of little practices that I'm doing every day, so I can just like kind of pile them all up and talk about them. Doing 2 videos a week, I basically record them in batches. So I'll run a bunch of games and play a bunch of games, and then I'll take all the games that I did for like a month or 2, and I'll go record them all in like 2 days, and I'll get them all queued up and ready to go. And then for the world building videos, I'll basically do the same thing where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna knock out like 2 or 3 chapters of a book or whatever, and let's see, Merc Hollow. Place it. Okay. Maybe this is fine. Maybe this is fine. Come on, man. Be an eraser. Be a bigger eraser. Yeah, so that's kind of the thing, right? Is like I have my whole life been like, oh, I never finish anything. I'm not very organized. Like, it's just a story I kind of told myself about where I was at. And I definitely have ADD. Like, I definitely struggle to stay focused and get shit done. So a lot of the last like couple of years has just been like finding the hacks to get down to what I can accomplish and like just do the thing I can accomplish, and don't let the perfect be the enemy of the done, right? Is like a big one. Cause yeah, if I'm trying to get something absolutely perfect, I just won't finish it. I will give up before I achieve perfection. And honestly, and for the most part, it is much better to have something out that you can iterate on, and like that's something about art too, is like I was always, when I was a kid, I was told I was talented at art, and I was okay, like I was fine at drawing and stuff, but being told I was talented meant that as soon as it became hard to do anything, or as soon as the results were not meeting my expectations, I would get super frustrated. I'd be like, oh, this is dumb. Like, why am I so bad at this when I was told I was really good at this? And so like, I didn't learn until very recently that like, you just need to sit down and like do it, like do the muscle. It's like exercise, like look at reference, draw from reference, do that every day, a lot, until you become good enough at being able to like draw stuff from all the reference that you've looked at, and you kind of learn a lot of people in this space have ADD or something similar. Yeah, I don't even think it's in this space. Like, we don't often take into account how much communications has revolutionized within our generational lifetime. Like, television didn't become ubiquitous in the home until the mid 20th century. Broadcast television was pretty novel, I think, even until like cable television like kicked off and took over when I was a kid. So it's like within our lifetime, right? Everything changed. Everything about communication changed. And one of the things that I think we also take for granted is that like we are people because of the way we communicate. Like, we would just be fucking naked apes if we didn't have language and speak with each other. In fact, this is something that comes up in my role-playing games a lot, because like somebody will treat something like they are not a person. And because, it's an orc or it's a goblin or whatever, it's not a person. And what is personhood? Like, why is an elf a person but an orc is not a person? And I think the reality is a person is anybody who can communicate with you in your language. Like, people is a term you use to describe like a group of communicating beings, a community of beings. And you kind of develop that community through communication. So if you speak the same language, you are the same people. Like if you have the capacity to speak the same language, which is an important distinction, I think. I don't know where I was going with that, but I have a feeling that I remember now. So I have a feeling that like a lot of the things that we're just like, oh, I've had ADD my whole life, like that's something that we have because of genetics or whatever. I think it was probably more environmental. Like, it's like kids today, like growing up in a world where nobody looks at each other and everybody's like locked into their phone. Like, you're not going to get some spectrum behaviors out of that? Like, what are you thinking? Of course. And I'm not saying that there's 100% correlation. I definitely don't know. I'm not a scientist, but like, to me, it seems like you can't go fucking with those levels of dependence on communications and technology without having some unintended consequences and some really weird side effects. And I feel like ADD, ADHD, all kind of, probably autism, all kind of fall under some of those categories where they get impacted by big structural changes in our communications. But that's what I think. What do you think? Sound off in the comments. Lol. Tribalism is the case when seeing others as less than. Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, there's tribalism. There's also like, yeah, I don't know. I think that it makes sense, right? Like we, I don't think there's a bunch of humans out there looking at chickens and being like, well, they're our equals, but like, the difference between a chicken's perspective and a human's perspective is enough that I don't think a human and a chicken who could talk to each other would have very much to say. If that makes any sense. So, like, even the capacity to understand the perspective of another being is kind of enough to make it your, kind of people adjacent. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense or if that's important at all. Probably not. Wish. I think it is hell of ironic that like the whole AI thing that's kind of blowing up right now is all because they finally got the good idea to like model the intelligence off of language, right? Because like obviously human language contains the human world. That's pretty weird. I don't hate this. I'm not, I don't love it. I don't hate it. Let's see how it does in document and see. Because then I only have 2 more drawings left to do to block that in. Whoops, wrong. Go back to here. Okay, I actually need to bounce. So I'm gonna grab all this stuff. Can I grab all this stuff? What are we doing here? This. Let's go to the ADHD being environmental conversation. Has anyone read Gabor Mate? Gabor. Oh, I've seen this guy talk. I don't read. I'm not gonna lie. I read very occasionally. I'm not like a book nerd. I kind of want to be, but also like I'm sinking a lot of time in other ships right now, so reading does not very often make the list. But I've seen him talk about stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right that in some ways, right? Like AI, whatever's happening with AI, like, okay, so day job, right? Day job me, I work for a software company, or I work in software, and it's hilarious to me how the entire creator space is like, fucking hate AI, like, fuck that, unless it's writing code for them. And then they're like, oh, it's fine then. Because those jobs are irrelevant. They're meaningless. They're just software jobs. Like, who cares about that? It's not a creative endeavor. Which is hilarious, right? Like, that's just, it's just silly. And as somebody who manages a team of people whose job it is to do software, I'd be an idiot not to accept that my investors are telling me, yeah, make them use Claude. Like, obviously, right? I don't have a choice. Like, I can lose my job, but that's not fucking happening. So it's happening, right, in this space. And there is also a 0% chance that a substantial amount of people are going to ignore the tools for other parts of, creative work. So the sea of slop, the sea of AI slop stuff is not going to go away. That said, like, I don't know. We did some AI stuff. Like, we used AI when it first came out, right? We were like, oh, great. Like, I'm paying for art over here. I'm like making art and paying for art because I want to make and, do art. But also, like, like fucking 60 pages here. Like, if I can put some more visual stuff in place for cheap or free, great. So at the time we were like, oh, this is awesome. So we did some stuff with it, and it was fine. It's not very high quality, right? It's like Midjourney 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I guess maybe 4 years ago now. And right, so the amount of bullshit, like, and it's not even customer backlash. Customers do not care. Like, 90% of customers do not give a shit. The ones who are loud do, and the ones who are also creators do. And that's fair. Like, I can't fault anybody. Like, they're right? Like, I also would rather not use AI, right? And so I just don't anymore. Like, we've pulled everything that has AI in it. I'm like still going through and scrubbing shit when I have time. I've got like 10 minutes before people start showing up. In fact, they may already be on their way. I'm just gonna place this and then I gotta go. I actually do not have time to have this conversation. Let's hang out and talk later. Let me get this in place. Open. Yeah, that's better. I like that. I'm going to get these 2 in here. That's going to be way, way better. It already almost kind of fits, too. That's perfect. That's actually what I want. That looks very much more in style with what I've got going on. All right, cool. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out while I stream today, and I appreciate all your input and your conversation. And yeah, geez, I will catch up with all of you the next time I do this, which will probably be either later tonight or, I don't know, maybe next weekend. I got to go back to work this week, and I'm going to TorinCon tomorrow, where I get to hang out with Torin Atkinson for his birthday, which will be amazing. And that's it. That's what I got.